Here we go. There we go. So hey guys, I mean, there's only 24 people on here right now, but do me a favor, put it in the Zoom chat. What state are you currently residing in? I want everybody that's nude, I want you guys to see this really quick. Right? So North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, I'm in Florida, couple in Arizona, South Carolina, Louisiana. I know there's at least one Arkansas in here, right? The point is from Arizona all the way to Florida, right? All the way across the country, guys. And there's only 24 of us on here right now. If everybody was here right now, you would see California, Washington, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, right? We have some Texas on here. We have Oregon, Washington, California. Nobody in Idaho yet. Nothing weird out there. I mean, but my point is, we're everywhere, and we're basically kind of small still. So don't ever think you're limited by your like local surrounding. Guys, we're 100% remote. We're 100% virtual. You could have people anywhere, right? Oh, Oklahoma. We have a brand new guy from Oklahoma. So tonight, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a few different things. Big focus is on client solutions tonight, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how you could be making money right now before you have a license whatsoever, right? And other ways that you can be offering things to clients that's not just life insurance or an investment or a mortgage, right? So we'll hit that. Something I want to talk about as well is like just ba like balance in the business in the beginning, especially for brand new people. Like you have a like requirement to get a license. And if you want to be successful, there's also like sort of an unspoken requirement to get trained, right? And so what my point here is, and we'll use the little stool guy, right? So Primerica loves this three-legged stool, right? Andy likes to say, look, if you got a bag of cash up here and you cut one of the legs off, what happens to your money? Falls down, right? Another way to sort of look at this is if you were like if this was a boat and you had a licensing oar and all you did was pull that licensing oar, does your boat ever go forward? Right? Does it ever go forward? No, you slap water and it moves, but you go in a circle, right? So if you have a licensing oar, you got to use it, but you have to use it along with getting trained. Because here's the other side of the thing, right? Like you could end up being like the most knowledgeable, the best closer on the team, but if you don't have a license, can you make any money? Nope, right? You can't. You cannot. And so a license without training, I mean, it's cool. You got a credential, you got a license, but also training without a license doesn't do you any good. They only work together, right? So if this was a boat, you pull oars together, the boat moves forward. Now, engagement, right? Staying plugged in, communicating, making it to every meeting, right? That's engagement. That's your rudder. That steers your boat, right? So you have a licensing oar and a field training oar. You got to do both, right? There will come a time like the day before your exam, maybe, where I say, look, don't get on any meetings, don't do anything, like just go focus on your exam. Maybe, I mean, maybe even a couple days. But in reality, you got to figure out a way to do all of it. And I know that sounds crazy, but you got to figure out a way to do licensing and field training. Here's the way I think about this. Licensing happens on your time. When is your time? Well, your time happens before clients are around. It happens before your kids are awake. It happens before your spouse is awake, right? So here was my example. When I got licensed, guys, I was still in the Army full time, getting up and going to work in the morning and then coming home, running appointments, and then doing stuff in the evenings as well. Now, am I a little bit extreme? Yeah. Who cares? Right? Who cares? I got up and studied. I listened to stuff on the way to work when I drive because I had like an hour commute. And then on the way home, I was listening to stuff. And then at night, I ran appointments. And then I studied and did all of my licensing stuff from like 9 to midnight. I put everybody to bed and I studied. And I got licensed in a week. Then what did I do? I started doing investment licensing. Did I change anything? No, because it worked. If it ain't broke, why fix it? I did it the exact same way. Back and forth to work, listening to stuff. Now I'm at home, I'm running appointments, and in the evenings, I was doing licensing for securities. That was my life for about 6 months. Paid off. Like zero to RVP in 6.5 months. It's doable. It can be done, right? It's not impossible. My point is, guys, like There will come a time where you want to sort of like shut down your business, right? To focus on this, whether that's your life license or your investment license. What I'm telling you right now is you can't. If you want to remain successful, you have to keep the momentum of that thing moving. Think about pushing a giant boulder, right? If you're pushing a giant boulder and you're pushing with all your might and it finally moves this much, well, if you stop pushing, you're gonna have to do all that effort again. Just keep the momentum moving, right? Keep the momentum, keep the engagement moving. Keep now, when can you actually like step away for a little bit? Train and develop a couple of people beneath you, have them help continue the activity, help them continue to move it. Now you can focus on your licensing or whatever that thing is, right? Load their calendar up, come back when you're done with it, and then keep moving, but you didn't come to a dead stop. All right. So that's kind of the way to think about that from that perspective. But what we're really going to focus on and talk about tonight is client solutions. Client solutions, guys, is everything, let me fast forward, everything that's not a license, right? It's everything that's not life insurance. It's not a mortgage. It's not an investment. So it's everything that's up here. And so everything that's up there does not require a license at all, right? All of this stuff, you don't need a license. Now, here's the cool thing, right? You don't need a license and you can also get paid. Does anybody want to get paid without a license? I mean, it doesn't suck. Why not? Why not, right? I'm trying to figure out why in the world this is not working. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Look, Vivint, home security stuff, right? Smart home solution. Look, $250, guys. You get a $250 commission off of referring someone for a home security system. Oh, by the way, don't forget, all of this stuff applies to you as well. You could refer yourself to Vivint. Like if you want cameras and doorbells and monitoring, cool, refer yourself. You get a 250 commission. Right now, you get a free camera and an iPad because you'd be the client, right? So you would get that. And there you go, right? So that's one way to do it. Check it out. Answer Financial. You refer someone for home and auto, that's your minimum comp. It goes up like the higher commission you are, but that's the minimum comp. Guys, if you could help someone save money on some home and auto insurance and you got paid 100 or 195 if you helped with both, well, that's pretty solid. Now, there are some state requirements for the home and auto stuff, and we will go over that just as and the exact same as state requirements for the Legal Shield stuff. Okay. But you can still get paid. Now, look at the comp on Legal Shield and identity theft. It's way lower, guys, because the prices on those products are like super low, right? We can't pay you hundreds and hundreds of dollars on something that doesn't cost a lot. Doesn't make sense, right? So look, you can get paid off of all of this stuff right now. So let's kind of walk through this. Answer Financial does all of our home and auto, everything, right? And they do small business as well. This number is actually a little bit dated. That number is actually closer to 685 a year right now for an average savings. Now, we've had some people save a boatload of money. I'm talking a boatload. Jen Sutherland's daughter saved over 3 grand a year between her car and her renter's insurance. How many of you guys right now are renters, right? You don't own your home, you rent it, right? How many of you guys have renter's insurance? Cheyenne called and saved too. Maggie, you called, right? Maggie, have you called Answer Financial to check on your renter's insurance? No insurance? Guys, if you rent a home and you don't have renter's insurance, I would highly recommend looking into it. Highly. And for right now, like if you guys are in the business and you have not called Answer Financial yourself, you need to call, right? Depending on the state that you're in, you can actually get paid for referring yourself. And you're going to save money on what you're doing. Here's the kicker though. Even if you are in a state where you cannot get paid, but you save a boatload of money, do you really care? No, you shouldn't, right? Because if you save like a G-bone a year, do you really care about not getting a $100 commission? I wouldn't, right? Legal Shield, right? So Legal Shield does all of our like wills and powers of attorney, trust documents, right? You can do that for everybody. Identity theft. How many people do you guys know that have had some sort of identity fraud or some sort of identity theft. Hell, it's probably happened to some of you guys as well, right? Look, everybody needs some sort of identity monitoring or like protection, right? And then we already talked about Vivint. So this is the biggie, right? These two right here are the biggies. Answer Financial, Home and Auto, and Legal Shield, because Legal Shield is how we do wills, right? Everybody needs a will. I promise you, everybody needs one, right? Here's the other side of it. For people that are new in the business, right? And they participate in some sort of client solution, meaning they help somebody, they help themselves. Look at this, right? 5 times more likely to get their license. That's crazy. 7 times more likely to earn a field training bonus. This is the wild one right here. This is insane. 12 times more likely to use their life license once they're licensed. People that participated in client solutions, they see the value of what we do. They start to see the whole picture. Look at that. 12 times more likely. How many of you guys are licensed right now, building teams and want your agents to go write business? Well, if you want your agents to go write business, get them into client solutions, get them in front of somebody. That's where it'll happen, right? So let's talk about the PLPP, Legal Shield, right? So personal legal protection through Primerica or Primerica legal personal protection. I don't care how you say it. It's Legal Shield, right? What happens with Legal Shield, guys, is there's different levels of it, but your entire house can be covered depending on the plan that you want. All right. So let's go forward really quick because these are the new tiers of the new like the new categories of Legal Shield. The reason that we created new tiers and categories, guys, is because this like last 3, 4 months, we actually created the way for clients to create a living trust. We never had this before. It's available on every level. It doesn't matter, right? On the first two, the clients get a discount. Okay. On the last one, it's basically covered and you're just paying $250 per person for the member or the spouse. Now, most people don't need a trust. Most people just need a will, right? Most people just need a will. And look, on every plan, you can do a will. On every plan, you can do a power of attorney. On every plan, you have probate support. It's crazy, guys. It's so crazy. Look, tenant lease assistance. Hell, I have Legal Shield right now. We have tenants in one of our rental properties. If I needed to kick them out, you better bet your biscuits I'm calling Legal Shield and helping me kick them out, right? Uncontested divorces, uncontested like separations, annulments. There's a uncontested like adoption stuff too. Look, minor adoptions, post and prenup, uncontested name changes, traffic tickets. This is a big one. How many of y'all got a traffic ticket and had to pay something? Like a traffic cam or a speeding ticket or anything, right? Look, you could send that joker into Legal Shield. You take a picture of it in your app on your phone, send it in, and they will fight that thing. Not in a while, me either, girl, right? But look, just use Legal Shield. Who cares, right? Just use Legal Shield. Look at all of the things. Look at all this. The crazy thing about this, guys, is it's like having a lawyer on retainer for like even either like 30 or 40 bucks a month. And if you do the big guy, right, 50 bucks a month. That's insane. And yeah, Jen, you're 100% accurate. Right? You can cancel this thing at any time. Just remember, right? If you cancel it early and you got advanced for something, you're like it's going to be a chargeback from somewhere. But do I really care personally? Like think about this. Do I really care if a client signs up for Legal Shield, gets a will, gets all of the things that they need, has it for a few months, gets all of those things in place, and then just says, "Oh, screw it, I don't need it anymore." No, I don't care because they're protected, right? They're protected, and that's really what I care about. Okay. So here's every single Legal Shield plan, no matter which one you go after, does all of these things, right? Like consult with a lawyer, legal research. Like they'll review documents for you. Like if you have a lease or something and you're like, "Ah, I do not understand this. I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of." Send that joker into Legal Shield, let a lawyer look at it, right? Somebody's screwing you over, you got a contractor that ain't paid. Hello. You think they're going to move a little different when they get a lawyer from or a letter from a lawyer's office? Yep, it's happening, right? Traffic tickets is a big one. Hell, just the traffic tickets alone, if you get tickets pretty regularly, would pay for the Legal Shield itself. Most likely, right? Most likely. But this guy right here is the big one. Because remember, this covers the member and the spouse. Guys, have you looked at how much just a will, like if you ever researched how much just a will would cost you in an average state? The numbers vary pretty drastically depending on like the level of stuff that you do, but it's going to be anywhere from like 200 to 500 bucks per person. Per person. Can anybody tell me how much like the low end of Legal Shield costs annually? 30 bucks a month times 12? 360, right? 360? That's less than what on average one will would cost you if you went and did it on your own. Oh, by the way, once you do that will, can you make changes to it or updates to it without that lawyer? Not if you just did it with them, but you can with Legal Shield. Every year you can make updates, you can make changes. This is the big one too. I hope none of y'all never have to deal with probate. But if you do, because somebody passed away and a state goes into probate, you want help. Believe me, it is not fun. Jen said she had a will revision and an LLC amendment. The lawyer charged $1,500 for 2 hours. I'm telling you guys that like Legal Shield all day. Legal Shield all day will help that. All right. Spanish, we don't got anybody speaking in Spanish right now, but if you needed it, it's there. All right. Financial house. So let's build this up, right? So we always talk about life insurance. We know that's the foundation for the financial house. But guys, the roof on that joker is your legal protection. Because if you build the house and you don't put on a roof, you're gonna get wet. Like it's coming, the rain's coming, right? So let's just build this the rest of the way up. This is the financial house, guys. This has to happen first. This is like a close second, right? 1A. Those have to happen. And then we start doing this, and this. Because at the end of the day, we're focused on the client, right? I have to make sure that the client is protected now with life insurance to make sure that their family's covered, God forbid something happens. They need to make sure, or we need to make sure that they got money sitting around in an emergency fund, that they're going to be prepared for retirement, but then that all of these assets are protected here, right? If we make it to a college account for a kid down the road, well, amazing. Right? But the priorities are those other things. So PLPP licensing requirements, right? So if you're in South Carolina or Virginia, New Jersey or Massachusetts, right? This is the biggie for us, obviously. We have a few folks in Virginia as well. If you're in one of those two states, you have to have a license, and then you have to have a certain like an addendum, almost like a rider to your license to be able to do legal shield assistance in these states. Now, right now we have in South Carolina, we have Haley Spires and Jessica Mead are both Legal Shield licensed. Okay.
Shannon is too.
Who is?
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay. And Shannon, right? And so here's the thing, guys. If you're like, well, I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to get paid for it. If you use one of them to get the legal shield done that you want, whatever your commission should have been at your level, they will cash app you, Venmo you, Zelle you, however you like, carrier pigeon with a 20 attached to its ankle. I don't care, right? They will send you back the money that you should have earned because you're not licensed and there's a requirement. Every other state does not matter. And I will show you how to do it yourself tonight on your phone in your app. Okay. So let's keep going on this. If you have questions, like, don't hesitate. If you guys want client brochures, I'll show you how to pull those down from POL. Everything is in there, right? POL can be a beast, but I'll show you like where stuff is at. There's a whole like resources and marketing stuff on all of this. But here's one way to do it, right? If somebody wants Legal Shield, you can go from POL to the electronic application. It will create a link with your name at the end, and then they can actually do it themselves. Now, the odds of that happening, slim to none, right? Funnel throughput with someone doing it themselves, man, I'm not a huge fan of that. Plus, I want the opportunity to be in front of the client, right? If it's something that they want to do, I'm going to say, hey, Traylon, yeah, we'll get together. It'll probably take us 20, 30 minutes at the most. I want to make sure that we get on together so we get this done correctly. Plus, I want to see if you have any other questions. Is that fair? Awesome. Well, when can we get together? Like today or tomorrow? Yes, yes. Always, right? Don't just ask them when they feel like it because they're not going to feel like it. If they had felt like it and they were going to do it, they would have done it years ago. Let's be real, right?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it till I just looked at my email. But when you sign up for it, they actually email you the law firm, the lawyer, and all that information that would service you in your area.
Yep. So yeah, so like it's no joke, guys. Like it's sort of like HMO healthcare. Legal Shield has in-network lawyers that are going to help you, right? Like an actual lawyer's office, right? So look, brand new rep, right? $50. One Legal Shield rep, like, and the higher the contract that the person does, right? One, two, three, the more money you make. You weren't licensed and all you did was help somebody out. This is new. I didn't know this. This is new. Like for one Legal Shield for an RVP, I did not know that. That's insane. I'm about to get my grind on. I'm gonna show y'all how to friggin' move some POPP. Watch me. That's new. They used to just be like $100 flat no matter what. I guess inflation is helping PLPP numbers as well, right? But look, like that's cash, guys. That's cash. At your level, you will get paid at your level, right? So most of you are brand new if you're a rep and you wanted to do a South Carolina or a Virginia PLPP and you were supposed to make $50. I promise you, Haley as a regional, right? If she's making 100, she's gonna send you 50. Don't worry.
I made 100 off of mine, and I paid like $30 for it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you have a it's coming up, but you're paying for a service. It's something that you wanted, right? But there's the compensation. Think about this. If you helped that many, like, look at this. That's insane. You make a G-bone off 5 PLPPs. Come on. I'm gonna get after it. Watch me. Just watch me. Now, here's the other thing too, right? Like if I'm helping you guys and we're training and we're talking to a client or something, I'm not going to use my discount code when they set up their legal shield. I'm going to use yours. I'm going to make sure that they use yours so that you get paid for it. Okay? Whatever you can get paid for, whatever you can like leverage and take advantage of, is that's what I want to happen for you. There's always bonuses going on for like the top producers. It's crazy. I mean, this one's kind of nuts, right? For the full year, for the full year, there was a dude who's a national sales director. From his entire team, they made 140 grand off of just Legal Shield. Are you freaking kidding me? Guys, the money's real. It's out there. It's out there, right? Look at this, Traylon. Alan Morales, the dude out in California with Mario, the home and auto like wizard. Bro made 80 grand off a Legal Shield. Are you kidding me?
Bill Whittle's all the way at the bottom in 25, but he's still on there.
That's because he's got a massive distribution, right? So, guys, listen, the Legal Shield is a huge one, right? Investments in life insurance are big, and then the will sort of takes care of all of the protection of that. Those are sort of like the three main things. Like if you had to think about like what do we do primarily? We buy term and invest, right? We so that's term insurance, investments, and then you need to protect those things. So that's a will, right? Now, Vivint smart home stuff, check this out. Like, how many of you guys right now have or know somebody that has either security, smart camera, doorbell, ring, something, right? We have a ring camera, it came with the house. But check this out. Now, I mean, obviously this is old, so like don't look at this because like right now the 250 comp always stays, but right now it's an iPad. Like the bonus cool GWiz thing is an iPad. And the clients get a free outdoor camera and like 4 months or something of monitoring for free. Well, guess what? If you're the referring agent and the client, you get all of it. If it's something that you wanted anyway, well, God bless, do it now, right? The like extra bonus thing changes all the time. If you want to get updates on the incentives, just text Primerica to this number. You'll get them forever, right? Angela does a great job. We always put them in the team chat when we get them. It's like, why not? Why not no, right? So text Primerica to that number and you'll get those automatically yourself. I'd have to go back and see if this is still going, so I don't really want to talk about that. But here's all of the reasons that people want like security, right? security systems, I should say. So most common reasons people are looking into it, they just moved or they're about to, right? If you have elderly parents and you want to check on them, or you have kids at home, somebody with disability that you have a caretaker for, you need to monitor that, right? Get it right on your phone, guys. Track mileage for work, young children, like all sorts of reasons, all sorts of reasons why people need this. I can send these slides out so you guys have it. I kind of want to get over to this one because this is the biggie. Answer Financial, right? This is the easy way to get in front of somebody or the easy way to sort of help someone move forward and feel really good about what you're doing very, very quickly. If I could save you money on something you're already spending money on, wouldn't you want to know? What do you think someone's going to say to that? Of course they want to freaking know, right? They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, well, yeah, man, who's doing your like home and auto insurance? They're gonna say somebody, right? Right. Remember, this is a little more now. This is more like 685. It's gone up because that was 2024. It's 2025, right? But think about it. Like even if all you saved a client was 600 bucks a year, guys, that's a $50 a month life app. For most people, a $50 a month life app is at least 150 grand in coverage and a child rider. Just saying, right? Just saying. Look at all of the companies just on the car insurance side, like that our team at Answer Financial helps with. Now, the big ones, right? Obviously, Progressive, Farmers, Met, Travelers, the General, ironically. Geico's in here as well now. This is a little bit old, but those are the big ones. Now, obviously, all of these other ones, some of them are regional, some of them will show up, but they're all A rated. You notice that there's not a Snake Farm symbol on here? They have a C to C plus rating on claims. They suck. We don't refer to them, right? And so you never know. Like me, we have Progressive. We called and they basically said, hey, like the deal you're getting with Progressive right now is basically as good as it gets. Why? Because Melissa calls every 6 months and badgers the hell out of those people until they like at least give us something or don't raise the rate. But not everybody does that. I guarantee you, right? Not everybody does it. And so this is the number, right? Angela's put the script out there in the chat a few times. And always when you're doing the script, right, you want to make sure that you're putting your rep ID in there. I don't care if you're not going to get paid for it because of the state that you're in and the state that the client's in. Get the credit for doing it because you could actually win a trip off of a client solution volume, right? I'm telling you, right? The next one's to Marco Island. It's down here in Florida. It's going to be amazing. So a couple ways to make these referrals, guys. You can either give the client the text script with the phone number and the instructions on it that we put out, or in your app, you can actually go and set up a portal profile with Refer Secure. That's for Answer Financial, right? It's your rep ID, your password once you register. And then when it comes to making the referral, it's either for home and auto or a small business. How many of you guys know people that run small businesses? Think about this. They got to have insurance on the business, at least a minimum of some sort of like general liability in most cases. Hey, who's doing your liability insurance? When was the last time you quoted that out? Never. I just got it and I just know I have it, right? Well, how do you know you're getting the best deal? You want to at least call my guys and see what they can do for you? I mean, worst case scenario, they tell you what you got is great, just don't switch. Probably take like 20 minutes. What? Okay, perfect. Right? Perfect. So here's the number, right? Here's the number. The text script has gone out like 35 times. I put it out there earlier today. Guys, listen, if you haven't made the call for yourself, please, tomorrow, call. Have your policy declaration page handy. It's going to have your VIN, it's going to have your deductible, and it's going to have your coverage amounts. Because when you call Answer Financial, they're going to ask you for it anyway. But just from like a basic standpoint, I don't want you getting a comparison that isn't equal and then make saving money but taking less coverage. You could lower your coverage right now at your current place and save money. No, I want you getting a killer deal and saving money. I want you getting more and saving money. All right. So check this out. Here's the states, right? Every gray state, and this applies to the client. This is where the client is, the vehicle, the home, whatever. Any state that is gray, if you refer someone in that state, you will get paid if they switch. If they just call and have a great conversation and don't do anything, you ain't getting paid. There's got to be some sort of transaction, right? There's got to be some sort of like monetary value. But hey, check this out. All my new peeps in Arizona, sheesh, come on. Here's the fun thing. If you're in Arizona, you probably know people in California, New Mexico, Nevada, Colorado. Maybe, right? Washington, Oregon, Idaho. Though almost the entire West Coast is fair game to get paid off of. Utah and Texas, not so much. Who cares? Who cares? Guys, look, I live in Florida. It's a hot state. I can't get paid. I got to have a property and casualty license if I was going to get paid for something in Florida. Do you think I care? No. Because if I can save a client about $1,000 a year on average or more, what did that just do? Well, that's an $84 a month life app for one. If it's more, there's probably an investment. There's probably some saving. Just like think about it from a holistic perspective. They're just happy as hell. They're happy as hell. Now, here's sort of the workaround, right? Like for Texas, for example, license required. When this is saying license required, it's actually referring to a property and casualty license. However, comma, if you have a downline, right? So like for me, if I was going to refer somebody in Texas, and I was really, really excited about getting paid for the home and auto referral, I could use Jen Sutherland's rep ID because she's direct to me, like so the payment would try to go to her and it would go burnt, not licensed, and then it would roll up to me. So there is a workaround. Now, that doesn't work in every blue state. It works in most blue states. Georgia, nope. South Carolina, nope. Mississippi, nope. Those states are actually going to be changing color soon. They should be basically red. They're probably purple already, right? But in Texas, in Michigan, Ohio, all the rest of these jokers, it works. So use a downline. All right, use a downline. Haley, what's your PLPP question?
Is it only for lawyers in your area, or does it matter if they're in your area or not?
It does not matter. It gives
Okay.
you it gives you the most it gives you like the most probable local one that you would use if you had something that you needed locally, but you can use anything.
Okay.
It's literally like an HMO healthcare plan. Like whoever's in network, wherever they are, you could use them.
Okay.
Yep. Here's the comp chart, right? Comp chart for home and auto. I mean, look, minimum $100 and it goes up, not a lot, right? The spread isn't that drastic. So it's about $100. And all you had to do was connect somebody so that they could save some money. Home and auto, right? There's cool stories out here, but this is usually what happens, guys. You save a client $1,300, you end up with a whole bunch of referrals. That's what happens. That's what it looks like, guys. Happy clients send referrals. I'm telling you, the client that I helped yesterday, that when I woke up yesterday, that client was not on my calendar. She got sent to me from a friend who's a client and said, "Hey, she's like clueless. She needs guidance. You're the only one I trust to like take care of her and do what's right. Talk to her, and if it makes sense, help her." I said, "Dude, you got it." I met her later that day, closed a $95 a month life app, made about $1,200 in an hour. Come on. Come on. Right? It's out there, guys. It's out there. So look, that's the end of this specific presentation. What I want to talk about really fast is I want to go back to this. So this is our orientation packet. One of the leaders, can you guys do me a favor? Throw one in Telegram really fast. Just throw a blank one in Telegram. That way everybody can go find one easily and quickly. I want to go over bonuses because there was a massive, massive misunderstanding about bonuses and fast start earlier today. And I want to clear the air and I want to answer every single question that anybody could possibly have before we hang up for that. All right. So look, guys, there's two charts, right? The top chart when it comes to promotion guidelines don't apply to most of you. If you're not licensed yet, this is not your chart. This is not your chart. Look at the production requirements. It's kind of a lot, right? Compared to what you're like doing right now. And oh, by the way, look at all these licenses. There's a reason that the regional vice president block isn't on your fast start in first 30 days capability. One, it requires 2 months of production. Can't do it, clearly. So when you're in your fast start, like the whole purpose of a fast start with reduced promotion requirements and no licensing requirements whatsoever is to incentivize you to move fast. That's the whole point, right? The whole point is move fast. Success loves speed. So why do we cut production requirements? Because down here it's just you. It's your personal numbers, right? So people that you bring into the business directly to build your team, people that you get in front of directly for training when it comes to the amount of premium, right? Up here, it's everybody. It's a team number, right? So like if you looked at our team numbers right now, we're at like 33,000 in premium and 40 recruits. Well, I didn't do all that. That's a team. That's a team, right? So that's team numbers on these up here. Now look down here though. Everybody starts at 25%, right? My goal for everybody is to sprint you to district. I want you at a 50% contract as fast as possible. Because if you're at a 50% contract and on average when you help a client, you're making about 500 bucks, the odds of you doing it go up drastically. Drastically. Plus, take a look at this, guys. That's 100% pay raise from when you started. We're going to double your commission to sprint you to district. And along the way, you're at least going to make a $600 bonus. Now, how does the bonus work? In order to get a bonus, you have to at least minimum have a 1x1. Minimum. You need one teammate and 1,000 in premium annually, right? So whether that's one teammate and one policy of 84 bucks a month or three little policies of like 30 bucks a month, I don't care because it all adds up, right? But if you have one recruit and $999 of premium, you will have no bonus. It has to hit 1,000 or above. All right. It's sort of like a step function, if you remember old school math stuff, right? But the goal is to get you here. You have to sprint to district. Along the way, you're mostly going to be smiling and nodding and watching and taking notes. That's what you're going to be doing, right? So we say sprint to district. We're going to show you how to do everything down here. You're going to start to do it as you get to here and up to here. As you move from district to division, you should be teaching. Show, you start to do, then you start to teach. That's what it looks like. That's forever, right? Over and over and over until you're done, until you've hit enough and you have enough like residual income that you don't feel like you want to do it anymore. That's the goal. That's what it looks like. But look, fast start, we control this. I control this. If there is a very compelling reason and you come to me with your leader and your trainer and they say, no, like do me a favor, can you reset X's fast start window? They came in 3 weeks ago, life went upside down. Can you just restart that? Yeah. That's totally my call. It's subjective. What I cannot change, what I cannot change is the actual bonus from Primerica. It's all like Angela, you nailed it. It's all about communication. If y'all don't talk, I'm not a mind reader. I tell my wife all the time, it's like the one class I ever failed in school was mind reading class. I failed. I mean, I sucked. I was horrible. Did not pass, right? Do not pass go, do not collect $200. And so what I want to show you, I'm going to use somebody's ooh, Kaylee just passed her exam the other day, so congrats, right? So I'm going to use hers really quick as an example. So check it out. Kaylee's crushing it, right? She's got a $700 bonus banked, right? It hasn't paid yet because she just passed her exam yesterday. She's waiting on the state to tell her she can do her fingerprints. All of her documents are in. She's waiting on the state now. So on average, guys, from the day you pass your exam, you've probably got 7 to 10 days remaining of field training window time, right? Now your exam is done. You got nothing to like sit back and tell me you're too busy because you're studying, right? You passed your exam. Now it's time to grind. You need to be getting in there and figuring out how to do all this stuff for yourself, right? You need to get in there and figure out, okay, like Angela, can I log into your system and just play around with a quick quote? Sure. Absolutely. Right. Don't go out there writing business on like, your dead uncle just to get paid, but okay. Right. It's a joke. I know Angela wouldn't do that. Right. But look, this 26 days right now. So like, let's say for some reason that Kaylee does not get appointed in the next 26 days. Primerica doesn't care. She passed her exam. At day 27, they're going to pay her bonus because the time is up on that. But she passed, and so she met her gate in the window. They're not going to they're not going to ding her for something that is like the state's fault. Okay. So like if you hit zero on that and there's a bonus in here and you've passed your exam, you will get paid. If you hit 0 days and you have not passed your exam, your bonus is gone. You had 3 months. I don't know what to tell you. You should be getting licensed in 30 days. Guys, we have a new teammate from home office. She's supporting us on the licensing stuff. We're going to be changing some things. The goal is going to be getting you from flash to bang in and out licensing in under 30 days. Fast, right? The expectation is going to be from the day you come in, you've got 2 or 3 days to start your course. From the day you start to the day you finish should be 7 days. And then from the day you finish to the day you're taking your exam should be another 3 to 5 days at the most. At the most. Now, obviously, life is going to life somewhere in between there. Is that going to work for everybody? No, but that's the new expectation, right? That's the new expectation. All right. So look, if anybody ever asked you, hey, like, how does this work? What are the rules? Well, ironically, click view rules, right? You log into your app, you bank $50. You got to log in within the first 24 hours of coming in and signing your IBA. Right now, there's an extra $50 if you finish your licensing curriculum within the first 30 days. Anybody that gets recruited in July, even if it's on July 31st, right? They're still going to get 30 days to get the extra 50. Primerica does not do that every month. It will probably go away next month. If you're going to get licensed, you might as well do it a little faster and bank the extra $50. Am I right? Yep. Look, they're just credits, right? $200 for each one recruit and 1,000 in premium during field training within 90 days. Here's the kicker. Credits convert to actual bonus only if obtained life license and appointment where required. Only. And then no further bonus after you're licensed, obviously, because you're going to make a commission. It doesn't mean after you pass your exam. That means after you're appointed. Okay. There's obviously no bonus once you're appointed because now you're going to make a commission. All right. That was the big thing that I wanted to cover tonight. But what I really want you guys to take away from this is licensing is key. You can't get paid without a license. You cannot, right? What I would like you guys to do, if you're new right now, I want you to get your exam scheduled like tonight, tomorrow, right? Here's how we do it. You can go schedule it right now on your own, right? Go to POL and come up here to life licensing, get your life license. Now, if you're also brand new, odds are that if you log into POL, right, go to primericaonline.com, you're going, even on your computer, it's going to look like this, and you're going to see your bonus page right here. So what's going to happen is you come up here where these three lines are in the upper left, click the little hamburger or whatever the heck you want to call it, scroll down. Right before log out, you're going to see Primerica Online. Click that, and it will take you out of the app version and into the desktop version. And then right here, guys, life license and get your life license. Licensing. Pick your state. I'm going to pick Arkansas because Jesse's done with her course and she needs to go schedule her exam. Resident life license. Yee. It was supposed to make this biggie, not like highlight everything. Look, there's a checklist for everything. There's a checklist for everything, right? If you're already registered, great. Schedule and pay for your exam. Prometric, you can call and do it. The exam fee is what it is. Every state's different, and it's reimbursable. When you pass, it will get paid out as part of your bonus. Okay? There's for every state, we have some NAIC documents, right? And then there's a couple other things when it comes to fingerprinting. Guys, if there's anything that you ever pay for out of pocket when it comes to an exam fee or fingerprinting or whatever, you will get reimbursed as long as you upload the documentation for it in your app and put your rep ID on it. Deal? Okay. So let me show you this really quick too, because I want you guys to understand and see where your documents are that you could be doing right now. Right? So Jesse, I'm going to pull yours up. When you log into your app, guys, Jesse, congratulations, right? One more little life app is going to take you over 3,000, and then one more recruit is going to bump this to 650. Jesse, you've got 6 days left to finish your pre-licensing and bank an extra 50 bucks of Primerica's money basically for free. For free, right? What's probably missing, Jesse, is you got to knock out that certificate exam. Get a 70% on that certificate exam, you're going to be considered pre-licensing complete. We can schedule your exam, we can knock this out. Here's a cool thing to think about, guys. How much premium is Jesse away from 4,000? Not 3,000, 4,000. Less than 1,200, right? We'll do the math together. It's easy. Less than 1,200. So here's the cool thing. That means if me and Jesse go get her two more direct recruits and we get her one policy of $100 a month, that's a $400 like change up. Because that one policy is going to take her over 4,000. Those other two recruits each are going to be a $200 bonus together. The recruits are coming. Like that's a no-brainer. Jesse, we need to go get you. In reality, if we're this close, we need to go get you to 5x5 and get you to a division 60% contract, girl. You with me on this? That's what needs to happen, right? That's what needs to happen. Hear my heart. Look, if you had to trade 50 bucks to bring somebody on and pay for their license, and you knew it was going to result in a $200 bonus for you, you have 50, you trade it, you get 200. Come on. Anybody offers me a chance to hand over a 50 to get two C notes back, I'm doing it as many times as I can. Next month, it's going to be more expensive. Next month, the IBAs are going to go back up to 99 bucks. It's going to happen. Okay. So like right now, if you're in this kind of situation, go bless somebody. If somebody's like fence sitting and just unsure, go help them. Be like, look, I know this is something you've been thinking about. I know you wanted to give it a shot. Let me at least sponsor you for your licensing cost. Let me cover the 49 bucks for you for that. You take care of your 25 and let's get you going. Think about it, guys. Especially if you knew that you knew you were going to get paid, right? There we go. That's what it looks like. So that's kind of the way to think about that. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted you to see. If you're in your app and you scroll down just a little bit, I want you to come down to where it says My Licensing Docs, right? If it's got a little number on it, it means there's something that we can do. For most of us that don't have a license yet, it's at that. Okay, so Arkansas is weird, right? So Jesse, there's nothing that you can do right now. License not received, obviously, right? So there's nothing that we can do there because you've not taken your exam, so there's no pass notice to upload. When you upload your pass notice and then the state gives you back your license, you upload it here, right? Please do everything here, right? Instead of emailing the RLC. If you can email the RLC or if you have to email the RLC because you like something in here is broken, by all means do it, right? But doing it here, it forces them to like action what you did within 48 hours. This is the preferred methodology. We want everything done through this. Okay, it's like a digital fax essentially. So that's what we want to do. Questions, guys? Anything? There's no dumb question. I mean, sometimes they're a little silly, but think like if you have a question that you think would apply to everybody, like go for it, right? Send it. If you have something that is like super specific and you're like, well, I don't know, text me and and we'll figure it out or text your trainer. Here's the other thing, guys. If there's something that you would be asking me and you're unsure about asking your trainer, ask both of us. Put us in a group chat because here's what will happen. I will likely still answer the question, but then your trainer gets additional training of seeing me answer the question. You're going to get the answer you want, but let's train as much as we can, right? Right. All of it, as much as possible. All as much as possible, right? Yeah, Dwayne, you forgot to get reimbursed for your what? Your fingerprints or your exam fee? Do go get that, right? Call them. Call the RLC and be like, look, I never got reimbursed for my exam fee. Here's the receipt. Here's what happened. How do I like what do I need to do? The worst thing they tell you is like you're way past like any sort of no, I don't know, right? But give it a shot. Give it a shot at
I
least.
mean, it's all good. It's all good now. I ain't, it's, I forgot about it. It's all good. It was like $60, I feel like, or 67 or something.
I know, go try. Who cares? Like, again, what are they going to say? No? Go try, right? Shoot it in and just see what they say. See what they say. All right, guys, we're a little bit early. It's 10 minutes before 9 my time. So here's what we need to focus on for like the next 4 days. We've got a week left. Well, next 7 days, I guess. We have a week left of July production. We have 17 more families that we need to get in front of to hit our goal for the Angel House. Now, what do I mean? I mean, we need to close about 17,000 more in premium, right? Just brass tacks. Like that is what it is. Our goal that we committed to hitting to like for the Angel House for the backpacks and stuff for the kids, like that was 50K in premium was our goal that we thought we could hit. We're almost there, right? We're at 33, 17,000 in premium, guys. We can do that in a couple of days. If everybody that's on right now that's licensed did one app, we would literally do it in like a day and a half. One app. One app, right? There's always somebody that we can get in front of. There's always somebody that you haven't sat down with. Look, like there's more out there. I promise you. There's somebody that we need to talk to. There's somebody that you're like, they're all set. No. If we haven't talked to them and you haven't let one of the trainers look like at their stuff or like even just get in front of them and show them what we're doing, they're not all set. They're not all set. And if they are, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get on that appointment. We're going to tell them they're all set. We're not going to try to sell them anything because they don't need it, right? Ask Jen Sutherland. Like a week into the business, I said, hey, do me a favor, bring your stuff. I want to talk to you like a client. I want to kind of walk through this stuff. She goes, yeah, I have some stuff from my sorority. I got it like a few months ago. Here's the price. Here's what it is. I was like, girl, that's amazing. You, that's awesome. Like even if you came back like as good as possible from us, we would barely beat it. So like what you've got right now is great. If you wanted to have something like supplemental to that, or you wanted to have something with the guaranteed insurability on the end, or you like the terminal illness benefit of ours versus that, well, yeah, you could add to it, but you definitely don't need to replace that. Look, if we look at your stuff and we think you're good, I'm not going to sell you anything. 100%. I'm gonna be like, look, what you've got is great. That's actually pretty rare. Who do you know that we could get in front of that you think would like benefit from hearing all of this and seeing what Jen's going to be doing? Because you see a ton of value in what Jen's going to be doing, am I right? That's what that conversation is going to sound like to that person, guys. And listen, the whole point of field training is to get you in front of a client, to get you in front of somebody that's within your sphere of influence, in front of your market and show that person what you're going to be doing. Because think about it. If you sat down with somebody right now and you're brand new and you try to give a presentation, how good is it going to be? Especially if you've never even seen one. Think about that. If you're going in blind and you're winging it and somebody says, well, hey, what do you do? And you're like, I don't know. Doesn't instill a whole lot of confidence. But if you put that same person in front of me and you say, hey, listen, my regional vice president is going to run the meeting. He's like, I'm going to be like basically just shut up and smiling and nod and just getting some training. Just when can you help me out? It'll be like 30 minutes on a Zoom call. And it will. Because if we get to like minute 20 and we're talking about stuff and they're not open to it and we're not moving forward, we're going to be done in about 25 minutes. That's just facts, right? And so, guys, please get it out of your mind that you need to get in front of somebody to sell something. Ultimately, if we can help them with something, we're going to. But the most important thing that can happen is you put somebody in front of somebody from your market so we can show them what we're doing. That's it. Because where do you think referrals will come from down the road? If they never know what you're doing, can they ever send you a referral? Would I have made like 1,200 bucks in less than an hour yesterday had I not helped a client, kept in touch with him, and built a great relationship? No. from a client that wasn't on my calendar. And you know what we're doing when we get back together next time? Investments, retirement accounts, money market accounts, custodial accounts for her kids. She's military, so she's got will. I told her, look, just go through JAG. Like make them do it for you for free. I'm not gonna sell her something she don't need. You get that for free. I love free. Go get the free, right? Dwayne, that's a pretty good compliment, right? Like a dude giving another dude a compliment, I'll take it. That's called staying in the close. This dude tried to tell me and Dwayne no probably 4 or 5 times for like 4 or 5 different reasons. I stayed in the close. Now get this. I stayed in the close. By the end of that, the dude was telling his wife basically to kick rocks that he was going to submit the application anyway, even though she told him it was too expensive. He ended up getting declined, but that ain't my problem. Right? My whole journey through that was showing all of that to Dwayne and him seeing it and him seeing what staying in the clothes looked like. And even though that knucklehead got declined, probably because he lied to us about some ish, let's be real, because it got declined like instantly. Who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, that dude still knows what Dwayne is doing is legit. Because if I've got someone overcoming an objection from his own wife in an hour, we did some work. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah. And it's just training and objections, guys. Like I ran an entire training on overcoming objections this morning on the Wolfpack call. So here's another thing. We have a meeting every day from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Everyone's invited. Everyone is welcome to attend. You don't have to come. It's not mandatory. But if you're available and you are serious about this business, you need to text your trainer, what is the Wolfpack I want in? Because that is how you're going to start getting like no kidding, like sales training, no kidding mindset training, no kidding everything. I run the meetings, right? Andy runs the meetings. Other VPs run the meetings. Other like soon to be VPs usually run the meetings. I'll be completely honest with you, it's usually me and Andy. A couple other people like trickle in here and there, but it's usually me and Andy. That's what you, and that's what you want. Don't you guys want to get trained by the dude that made $1 million a year, the fastest in company history? Andy was my direct trainer. Is there any wonder why I'm as good as I am? I got a $3,000 bonus during field training. Why? Because I wanted to see Andy do his thing over and over and over and over. I loaded that dude up with appointments. I took him all to myself for like a week. Nobody else got Andy for like a week. I had it. Every single appointment he ran and closed, it was with me. And I said, cool, I don't need you anymore. Because by the time that was done, I had seen him do it like 12 times, 15 times. And we do the same thing every single time. So at that point, I was like, I had a notebook full of Andy, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. Now, did I not ever need him again? Hell no. But I'm saying for that right then, I'm good. I'm done. I can go close life right now. That's it. Guys, we can teach a baby to click the buttons to close a life app. That's not the hard part. Clicking the buttons on the life app, that's easy. It's all of the questions-based tie downs, everything that we're going to teach you about sales up front and the confidence for you. That's what you have to see. That's what you have to learn. That's what you have to get instilled because that's where everything changes, right? Andy will be back tomorrow. They just bought a lake house up in Tennessee. They've been up on like gallivanting around doing stuff for Ian and all sorts of stuff. He'll be back tomorrow. You'll probably see him Monday. Who knows? He might make a guest appearance tomorrow. He just be wild like that sometimes. But yeah, if you want to be on the Wolfpack, and yes, they're recorded, they always get live streamed, right? They go to a playlist that's out there on YouTube. Heather, if you're very nice, I'll get you the link for it. Don't worry. It's actually in Telegram right now. If you just scroll through the pinned messages, it's up there. It's pinned. Don't ever share it. Don't be putting it out to anybody. That's private stuff. That's our stuff. That's our training. Don't ever be sharing that. All right. Same thing with mine. All right. Please don't put that out there for the world. Like that's for you guys. That's for us. All right. Listen, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I went exactly on time. So get out of here. We have 17 more to do. We have 17 more to do. We don't set goals and not hit them. Right. I mean, like obviously if I said we're gonna do 200 by 200 next month, like that's like big, right? But we can hit 50, 100%. I know we can. We can hit it. We've done it multiple times before. We can hit 50. But I need everybody. If you got a license and you haven't put something on the scoreboard this month, I need it. Right? The kids need it. The production, like the base needs it. We need you guys. So get that done. Plus, here at the end of the day, like if you write a policy in your license, what are you going to get? Paid. And that's why everybody came. That's why everybody came. All right, get out of here, guys. I'll get this recording out. It'll be in the Telegram here in a little bit. Once it's done processing, listen, we gotta move. We gotta move, right? I don't want to be like last night and hoping that we hit like 9,000 in premium. I do not want that. I do not want that. We need to hit that thing like this weekend and just be done. And then whatever we get above that is gonna be bonus. All right. So let's go do it, guys. Let's go crush that goal. Let's hit 50. Bye.